Hey classmates, I hope your day is going good so far, and I hope you're finishing up on your finals and locking in with school. And today I'm going to be giving my speech about a topic that is important to me, and I hope to be able to inform you guys on what is going on with food and GMOs by the end of the speech, so that you are more educated, and whenever you pick up a food, you know exactly what you are putting in your body. So first off, just hearing me say the word GMOs, you may know what I'm talking about, or you may have heard briefly what a GMO is. And that is the exact reason why activists are pushing for a better labeling and communication on the topic to help inform the public, because I know that just growing up, you really aren't informed about what GMOs are, but it is going on, and those are the foods you're eating. So for some background information, GMO refers to food from crops with changes introduced to their DNA through genetic engineering. So I'm gonna give you guys just an easy kind of example of this that I found through a company named Aqua Bounty, which is a biotechnology company stationed in Massachusetts. The company published that their salmon are genetically modified to grow twice as fast as like a normal wild salmon. So they can actually reach market size 8, which is 8 to 12 pounds, in around half the time. So thinking about this, basically Aqua Bounty, their salmon can grow twice as fast, so they are able to sell more salmon and make more profit. And this has left a lot of activists and just people in general wondering, like, what are the side effects to doing this? Like, if this salmon can grow twice as fast as just a wild salmon that's living in the wild, I feel like there has to be something wrong with it, right? And researcher Linus Adams states in his article, Misinformation in the Media, Global Coverage Regarding GMOs, stated that the information regarding GMOs is considered unreliable and deadly. And that is basically because communicating science, like the exact science of what is going on with GMOs, is difficult because of the complexity of the topic. And whose job is it to communicate it? Is it the government's job? Is it Aqua Bounty's job to communicate that they use GMOs? And if you think about it, obviously Aqua Bounty isn't going to tell anything that would damage their company, so maybe they won't tell the exact truth. And this has even led people to try and get information on their own hands. A activist group named actually Moms Across America, as you can imagine, a group of moms across America, hence the name. Their founder, Honeycutt, had this to say. Honeycutt claims that there is no evidence to show that GMOs are actually safe, and they're being told that by the food manufacturers. As a mother, I choose not to gamble. And this kind of relates back to just the poor communication on what is safe and what is a GMO and all of this stuff. And the Americans don't know who to trust. Moms are really protective over their children, and Moms Across America, their founder Honeycutt, they say, I'm not gonna gamble with GMOs because I don't know exactly what I'm giving my children. And the solution many activists have responded with is to get better labeling on foods. And they want to do this by something called labeling transparency. So they know whenever they pick up a food like this apple, for existence, they want a label on it to know if it's a genetically modified apple or just a regular apple that's been grown. Okay, so the activists, they've been wanting this labeling transparency, but they can't do this by their own. Their main role actually is how they help influence the public to change the perspective. Because if you think about it, activists, yes, they are important, but the role is to influence the public. GMOs and having labeling transparency is going to be a lot more beneficial if we have a whole bunch of people on board instead of just a few people on board, if that makes sense. So they do this by events, and the researcher Canal explains this event called the March Against Monsanto. And Monsanto is one of the biggest agriculture companies in the whole world, and they're known for using GMOs. And Canal states that thousands of people have attended these marches in 300 to 400 cities across America. So, and the most important thing about this is that not all the people that were there were just GMO activists, you know. The activists got the public involved, and the public got the media involved, and now they're writing articles and garnering this attention that wouldn't have been done without the activists. And before the public got involved, actually a failed GMO labeling law happened in California. So I feel like that's important to take note, and how important the public is to influence the government. But after GMO activists influenced the public, a GMO labeling law under Barack Obama actually came to fruition in July 29th, 2016, stated by Robert Kernan. And because of the role that the activists did, that we were able to get a labeling law finally. So just to conclude what I went over today, I think you want to remember what GMOs are and how the activists helped get the public involved. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day, and I hope you learned something from this speech.